Yeah, about that. Welcome on in, everyone. I'm Travis the Dog, and today I'm going to be talking about why I think Destiny 2 is really not a free to play game. Last year in 2019, Bungie announced that they were going to make Destiny 2 free to play. This included giving any new players access to the year 1 content, such as the year 1 campaigns like the Red War, Curse of Osiris, War Mine, plus the Leviathan raid with all its raid layers. However, this year with the release of Beyond Light, Bungie took out a lot of that free to play content out and had placed it into what is now called the Destiny Content Vault. Now, before I continue on, I just want to quickly say, I have respect for the devs of this game. Alright, I know they got bills, they have families, they need to make money, they need an income. I know they listen to the community, they try to improve the game, they try to make it better for the players. But oh my god, right now, any new Destiny players that come into the game are gonna have hardly any content to really play. I pretty much recently played through the new Light experience on a separate account. So I had no DLCs or anything, I just had only the game, the base game. Pretty much once I got done through the introduction quest, which by the way is a really good introduction quest. It really does a good way of teaching the players and getting them more involved into the world of Destiny and the lore a little bit behind it. But after you finish that introduction quest and you unlock your subclasses and you do a couple of strikes, crucible and gamut matches, you're gonna see there's not much more going on for any free to play players. At the time of recording this, Bungie just announced that they are going to have the Prophecy Dungeon return next week, and it's going to be free to all players. This is good because now free to play players have at least an end game activity to chase and grind for. But if you compare it to what free to play players had last year, it's not a whole lot. Now, I want you guys to think about, what do you consider a free to play game? For me, a free to play game is essentially, well, all the content in the game is free for anyone that wants to download the game and play it. There are no expansions, nothing that requires the player to cough up money to access any content. Pretty much paying money is an optional thing to do. Like if, let's say, the player wants to buy something cosmetic, a character in a game, or buy a premium track in a battle pass. Games that come to my mind that represent this free to play model are like Warframe, Genshin Impact, and Apex Legends. Now, I kind of already touched upon this a little bit earlier, but I don't consider Destiny 2 a free to play game. I think of it more like a free trial of the game. The reason why I say this is because, again, you have to pay money to access content. There are currently 3 expansions to which they hide behind that, like a new subclass, raids, weapons and armor, and even exotics. The free to play version of the game does give players access to the very first campaign mission, but after you finish that first mission, it then says, hey, if you want to access the rest of it, you gotta pay money now. If I had to compare Destiny's quote free to play model unquote, I would say it's similar to Final Fantasy XIV. Final Fantasy XIV has a free trial. Essentially what that is, it allows players access to certain content in the game and even allows players to level up to a certain amount. But if players want to continue on, they would need to pay expansions and also a monthly subscription fee. However though, Final Fantasy XIV's free trial has so much more content in it compared to Destiny's. Essentially, Final Fantasy XIV allows you access to the base story along with its first expansion. And it has so many jobs that players can switch in and out of at any point, and you're able to level up all those jobs up to 60. Now, of course, the way how these two companies are able to put out content is a lot different. I believe Square Enix has a lot more resources and people to help make this content, while now since Bungie is independent, they kind of lost a lot of those resources. Now, I'm not saying that Bungie needs to make the game free to play. I'm not saying that they should give players more free to play content. What I'm pretty much saying with this is that I don't like that Bungie puts Destiny off as a free-to-play game when really it's not. It's a free trial. If I was a new player and I saw that Destiny was, quote, free to play, unquote, I would think, cool, I probably have so much content to access. And then when I would get into the game and start playing it, and then find out that I have to pay expansions to access more content, I'd be like, this isn't free to play. Why do I have to pay money to access more content? And maybe that makes me sound like an tireless or like an asshole or something, I don't know. But that's the idea of what I get when I hear a game is free to play. I hear that I only have to pay for like maybe microtransactions or cosmetics or something. For me, when I hear free to play, I think I don't need to pay to access content. I don't need to buy expansions or anything. And again, like I mentioned, I understand that the people who work at Bungie, they have families, they got bills, they need to make money. You know, I get that. I'm not complaining about it. And if for some reason Bungie does want to give free-to-play players more content to do to fill up some of that void that we lost with Beyond Light, they could always take Forsaken and maybe make it free-to-play. That expansion is like 2 years old. Or, I mean, something else that'd be cool if they did was maybe, let's say, every time there's a new expansion, you get one of the older expansions for free. So, like, again, in this example, maybe you buy Beyond Light, you get Forsaken for free. You know, I don't know. I'm not a dev. I don't know much about the game market or anything or how to do about that. But essentially, that's like something that I could think of that would be cool for them to do. But I understand if they can't do that. If you are a player who has yet to try out Destiny 2 and you're watching this video, I would still recommend trying out the game. The gameplay is amazing. It's a really good shooter. And you do still, like I said, get some content for free that you can do. And you'll definitely get a good couple of hours out of it. And if you want to continue playing the game and you don't mind buying the expansions, the older ones like Forsaken and Shadowkeep, they go on sale quite a bit. Like over Black Friday, Forsaken and Shadowkeep were like $10 each. Anyway guys, that's gonna do it for this video. I just want to get this out here and kind of like have that discussion about Destiny 2's free-to-play model. And I want to hear from you guys, like, what do you think? Do you agree with me? Do you think it's still considered like a free-to-play game? And why do you guys think that? If you guys enjoyed the video and you think it deserves a thumbs up, I would totally appreciate it. And if you guys want to catch me live, I do stream on twitch.tv/TravisTheDog Mondays and Fridays 2 p.m. Pacific time. You guys can come in, hang out, and chat with everyone else, or maybe the look, you know, whatever you want to do. Thank you guys so much. Take care, stay safe, and I'll catch you all next time.